Hello. I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but there's a movement going on, and it's the hashtag #MeToo movement, and it's major in social media, and it's something that's been going on here in the U.S. recently, but it didn't start in the U.S. In other countries around the world, this has also been something that's been talked about. According to the article, hashtag #MeToo movement, what happened after women broke the silence elsewhere, published in New York Times, written by Simone Gupta on December 22nd, 2017, it says that in many other countries, there have been similar movements as the hashtag #MeToo. It's happened in Latin America, India, Sweden, and France. In India, women are speaking up and making sure that investigations are happening. Because whenever they went to the police and they put in a statement about being harassed or assaulted, they were simply dismissed and no action was being taken. In Sweden, the columnist Jenny Nordberg wrote stories over national figures that had gone into similar situations, and their stories had not been heard, but now they're being acknowledged, and it's causing a movement there. In Latin America, they have the Ni Una Menos, not one less, and it's because women were being killed in masses and nothing was being done. It was simply ignored. It was simply a person less to them. In France, they have the Blanche Temporque, and it's Out You Pig, and it's similar to the hashtag #MeToo. And even though I have not been harassed at a drastic point, hearing and accepting unnecessary comments and just taking them and thinking that it's normal shows that in society there needs to be a change. You see, numbers matter, and I'm about to come back to this and explain why they do. Because in the work environment, there are a lot of changes happening because of this movement. In New York Times article, hashtag #MeToo brought down 201 powerful men. Nearly half of their replacements are women, by Andrew Carsley and 5 other workers. Written on October 29, 2018, it says that at least 200 prominent men have lost their jobs after public allegations of sexual harassment, and at least 920 people came forward to say that one of these men subjected them to sexual misconduct. These are the 201 people who lost their jobs because they had been accused of sexual harassment. And 124 replacements. 54 were women and 70 were men. This is showing that there's already a change being done, and there's a conversation that has started, and it's being put into action. Because things need to be seen in the work environment, and they need to be heard, and it's making it a safer and a more secure place for women to go to work and not fear that they're going to be treated differently. But where is the line crossed when it comes to sexual harassment? Because it's a real issue, and it shouldn't be considered normal. And that's where the lines get a little bit blurred. In the article, #MeToo, I think, when sexual harassment feels all too normal, posted on October 24, 2017, published on the Huffington Post by Laura Bassett, she talks about being harassed by a coworker, and she states that the man did not sexually assault her, or do any inappropriate sexual actions around her, or send unsolicited pictures, but his behavior affected her, and it undermined the ability to do her job well. When he approached her and she rejected him, he said that the clothes that she was wearing and the makeup that she was wearing were inappropriately worn or done. And when she talked about it with her coworkers, they said that it was something okay and she should simply just blow it off. And that's already saying that a comment that was done wasn't harassment, even though it was, because it's considered normal in the work environment. Since it didn't fall under the technical guidelines, then it wasn't harassment. You see, that's where it gets wrong. Because don't we want a future that is better? You see, What is in the future for women if we do not take a stand now? And what is in the future for women if we do take a stand now? Don't we want the women of the future to feel safe in their jobs and have a better tomorrow? Because the mental health of a woman will deteriorate greatly over time if they continue to work in fear of their male supervisors or coworkers. In the overall view of this issue, simple actions can help. You can take part in marches and protests, but simply acknowledgement and listening is already making a great deal in this. Simply starting the conversation rather than avoiding it, you're taking part in the Me Too movement. You should not pretend that this is not happening. Rather, you should bring it into conversation and help in any way that you can show support. Because if it were you in that issue, wouldn't you want people to be there for you too? Thank you.